to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. And I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been.
It was. Craig Beckett's wife brought me home last night. I just want to say a number of things. One of them is that it's been an absolute pleasure to see all of you from the various eras of Autotours all in the same room. To me, it's fascinating because I've done you all. And married one of them. The common denominator for all of us was a desire to travel. If you think about it, the reason you left Australia, or New Zealand, or South Africa, or wherever, was to go overseas and see Europe. The fortunate thing was that you got a job with Autotours. Okay, the pay wasn't so good, but there were other benefits.
Did you blokes get paid?
Some of those benefits are well described in Warren's book. So I'd like to think that perhaps there's no KGB agents in the world, because if they ever read his book, we're in all sorts of shit. The other thing that I want to mention is that besides the money, the other perks that we were talking about, how many of you married other crew or people that were on your tours, or, yeah, come on, put your hands up. So did I. Rosie came into my life in 1985, courtesy of Chris Monahan. Yeah, he's on my right-hand side here, and I'm never going to leave him out of this because he was such an arsehole. He came in, I was 37 years of bachelor, and he came into the office one day and said, can I give his younger sister, which happened to be his older sister, a job? And I said, Chris, it doesn't work like that. She's got to go through the ringer. She's got to do the training trip, she's got to do all that. Bring her in, I'll give her an application form. So he did. My life changed. From that moment on, I was in all sorts of trouble. So, thank you, Chris Monahan, you arsehole. By the way, I'm very happy, and Rosie sends her love. I think all our overseas experience are part of our DNA. And if you think about it, the majority of people I've spoken to over the last 48 hours, or 36 hours, I don't know how long we've been drunk, but
24.
Well, yeah, we've been given great memories which we dwell on and tell stories about. Some of them are embellished and some of them are true. The most important thing is that we all remember them. Now, I've got a lot of stories that I'm probably going to tell somebody about over the next couple of hours, but I must admit that for me, being involved with Autotours was probably the best time of my life. And I hope sincerely that you guys feel the same way. Great friends, lots of stories, and fascinating to find out what really happened. You never told me some of the shit I've heard over the last couple of hours. I have to mention a few people. I'm probably the oldest crew member here. I started with Autotours in 1973. Is there anybody that started before 73? No. Dave Fox, who's a dear friend of mine, was 74. You then have people like the Donnellys. 3 of them came to Autotours. Tony, first of all was Bruce, then Ken, and then Tony, the youngest brother. So that's a whole family.
Equality went down.
Yeah, exactly. Noddy, who is Snowy, everybody knows him, the biggest mouth in the world, is the only person who sounds like a yarp all the time and tells everybody he's an Australian. Very confused, Noddy, but he worked in the 70s. Hainesy, I mean, I could go on, but Rick Haynes to me is a good friend, a very close friend of mine, kept in touch all the years that we've been out of Autotours. He's still a good mate. He was in the 80s. And then there's a guy called Dick Cyphers. He's here tonight, and if you don't know him, make sure you go and see him, because he's the man that changed Autotours. He actually was the renaissance of Autotours. He revamped the brochure, he gave me a credit card, which I'd never had in my life before. Told me to bugger off and go and sell tours in Australia. So I drove from Cairns to Perth on a number of occasions. The only time it didn't work was when I got to a motel in Kempsey, and I gave them my American Express card, and they said, do you want some money? And I said, yeah. And they gave me a $50 advance, and then I went into town, went to the RSL club, got pissed, had something to eat, came back, and the guy was sitting on the steps of the motel, and he said, your card doesn't work, mate. And I said, what do you mean? He said, no, they refused it. So there I am, sitting on a motel step in Kempsey. I had to phone Vic and Scotty, who was always there. And I said, Vic, you haven't paid the credit card off. And he said, oh, haven't I? I said, well, I'm not going anywhere because they've locked my passport up. Credit card they're about to shred. So unless you go to American Express in Haymarket in London and pay the card off, I ain't going anywhere. They paid it off in 24 hours and got out of Kempsey. I'm not the only person who wanted to get out of Kempsey. 24 hours in Kempsey is a long time. But going back to Dick Cyphers, please remember that name because he is a gentleman and he's here tonight. He also headhunted me. I've never been headhunted before in my life. But
Haven't started. Righto.
Hi Johnny and Jane, I'm Flo. Sorry you're not here. Get here next time, it's a good night.
You too?
No, I don't know anyone.
Oh, okay. Excuse me for butting in. Say hello to Joni and June.
Joni and June, how you going? Barney here.
Hello, I'm Ruth. I don't know if I know you.
Oh, you didn't know Joni? Six White. I didn't know her.
I met Vic.
Anybody want to say hello to June and Joni?
Hi, Jane and Joni. Hi, Jane. How are you? Love you. Love your work.
Thank you.
Having a great time. Chop on any.
Say hello to June and Joni.
Hello, Joni.
Hello.
And Jane.
Right, everybody, say hello to Simbo and June Beck.
Hey, Simbo and Jane. Cheers.
Thank you. Say hello to Jane.
Hang on. Accident leading.
Right, say hello to Joni and June.
Hi, Joni.
Hey, Joni. Hey, Joni. Hey, June.
Paints. Want to say hello to Simbo and June? Thank you. Yeah, sure. Want to say hello to Jean and Joni?
Sorry, she might have. Gina. Hello, Gina. She might have.
Hello, Jean and Joni.
Hello! Hello, Jamie. How are you? We're having a fun night.
Fellas, say hello to Simbo. Her and Jean can't be here tonight.
Oh, no, what a shame. You should have been here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Say hello to Simbo and Jean.
Hello, Simbo, and hello, Milt.
And Jean.
Where's Jean?
Jean Beck, she's going to be at Simbo's place.
Hello, Jean.
Maggie.
You're supposed to stand side on and go like this or something or other, you know.
Do you want
I'll
to,
have to put my high heel shoes
do you want to say something?
Why are you taking it? It's not on your camera. And yours.
I can't believe I'm so lucky.
There's several there now. Oh, that's not a good one. That is not pretty.
Hello, Jean and Joni. Nanny?
Jane. Hi. Jane and Joni.
Righto, fellas, say hello to Simbo and Jean.
Hello, Simbo, Jane. Hey, Jeannie.
I should be subtitling this so they can recognise everyone.
I was going to say, Mudguard, thanks for all those dinners.
Say hello to Jean and Joni.
Oh, Jane and Joni, of course.
They're going to have trouble recognising some people after all these years.
You've got to do fucking movement. Come down here.
Fellas, say hello to Jean and Joni.
Hi, Jane, Joni.
Great night.
Milton, get a job.
Hello, Simbo. Hello, Jeannie. How you going?
Hey, guys. Tell Milton to get home from the pub.
We're going to have another one in 2 years' time. We'll have to get them out here for it. Okay.
Hello, Jude and Jody. How you going? All the best. Hope to see you here next night.
Have you said hello to Jean and Joni yet? Well, say something.
Oh, I thought it was a still photo.
No.
I was just smiling.
I'm filming.
Say something.
Thank you. Want to say hello to Jean and Joni?
Hello, Jean and Joni. Seppa.
Thank you. Say hello to Jean and Joni. Hainsey. Say hello to Simbo and Jean. Thank you.
I want to make a statement. This obesity food's got to stop. Where is the brown bread and the brown rice?
Hi, Simbo. Didn't know you, but after you, hope you're
All
well.
the best. Nice to meet you through the lens, and I'm sure you're a great girl.
And Jean is Big Wife.
Hello, Janet Simbo. Wish you were here.
Hello, whoever.
Hey, I tell you what that was, is a great
It's
dance.
shaking on here. That's right.
Hello, Jean and Joni. Sorry you couldn't be here. like to see at the next one if possible, which will be in 2 years' time, 2016. Mark it down in your diary. Bye.
When you were a young boy, did you have a coffee? Only thing that followed you around. Well, I'm gonna be as faithful as that coffee. No, I'll never let you down. And it gets stronger as it grows.